ladies and gentlemen, the Desmond Tutu Diversity Trust requested the University of Johannesburg to partner with us in this exercise of a start of a diversity audit, so that we can, as a nation, as a country, start to document where did we come from when it comes to diversity, and where are we going to, and how far do we have to go. You'll see that in the title, how far have we come, and how far to go. In 2005, the United Nations, through its UNESCO arm, started a process, or finalized a process, on a convention on cultural diversity of cultural expressions. And in that convention, it starts off by identifying cultural diversity as a human value. They call it is part of the common heritage of mankind. And I would like to urge you to read the preamble in particular of that convention, and also the objectives, because that, as international frameworks go, provides the international standard also to South Africa as to how we are to proceed when it comes to recognizing, acknowledging, promoting, respecting cultural diversity. Former President Thabo Mbeki, when he launched the coat of arms in the year 2000, Ke Ikara Ke, and a pronunciation which we all struggle with, myself included. Uniting in diversity. Diverse people unite. People who are different unite. And that is the start also for ourselves to question ourselves. Where are we now? And how do we go further? And that is the start of this audit. How far have we come, and how far do we have to go? We have seen so many initiatives in the country. We've seen so many interventions. If you had the Department of Justice here today, they would have shown us hundreds and hundreds of laws that they had to implement since 1994. If we had the Department of Labor here, they would have shared with us all their immense experiences in changing the diversity of our labor force. And so we have the private sector, who also has so much to say. And my experience is that the private sector has been leading this field. They're very quiet, but they have been identifying the need in terms of the bottom line, that they cannot else but to acknowledge differences, acknowledge diversity in the workforce. And that is why I want to go through the program with you. We will start off with the opening address by Professor Rensburg. Then we will move into the keynote address by Dr. Brigalia Bam. We will then, as you saw in the program, work into panels to get the maximum out of the process. To start off with a national picture of diversity. Now, the diversity consultants are people that facilitate diversity processes, are people that allow us to talk, to put our backgrounds on the table, to facilitate it, because we cannot do it all on our own. We need facilitation. And these specialists will take us through the process. And there we have Mandate Molefe. Unfortunately, Nene Molefe was taken into hospital yesterday, and she has sent a senior consultant from her company. Nene has been developing over years and really established such a track record in diversity management, amongst others, diversity management for judges. The former Chief Justice, the late Pius Langa, stated very clearly, by all means, judges are in need of sensitivity training. Judges are in need of training in terms of gender and in terms of race. And she's been there with them. Professor Melissa Steyn from the University of Witwatersrand will join the panel. She started the process also at the University of Cape Town, where she turned her doctoral studies into a very interesting title, Whiteness Isn't What It Used to Be. And really to take us through that journey of how she had to shed her skin like a snake through through a difficult process without, as she said, you cannot go through that process without shedding drops and drops of blood in that as well. So she will be here, and then Professor Julian Son will be joining us. He's currently finishing off at the University of Stellenbosch's Business School, been involved in such a range of diversity processes, amongst others the South African police in the early 90s, to move them from where they were to where we managed to get them in 1995, 6, 7, 8. We now need to move them back there because they completely lost the plot. But the relevance of diversity consultants will be put to you, and we have that under the competent facilitation of Lynette Francis of radio and TV background. We move then into civil society and diversity, and there we have the latest editor or the current editor of Beeld, the former investigative journalist Adrian Basson. Again, we will have Lizette Leroux, who will share with us also her experiences with students at universities, issues of gender, issues of abused men, issues of diversity as we experience it also in higher education. Advocate Sipho Mantula will be sharing with us from his side the experiences with human rights, the experiences with the Constitution. He will look at issues of the CRL Commission, the Commission on Religion, Culture and Linguistic Rights of Communities. And then Professor Nico Botha from the Theology Faculty of UNISA will share with us the churches. So you can see the range is quite wide, and there are many other people who said they also wanted to contribute. We'll move into the panel on higher education diversity, where we will have Mr. Joe Samuels, we will have Professor Julian Son again, and Teresa Oakley-Smith, also a diversity consultant of note. Is Mr. Samuels of Sakwa, isn't it? Very prominent over many years, and we're looking forward to his input. As I said, business is very crucial. And we will have diversity in business. As you'll see on the program, Mr. Kas Gavadia has been involved with the banking sector for many years, particularly from a civil society perspective. Dr. Iraj Abidian, you remember him from his immense insights that he provides always on the economy. Unfortunately, as I said, Mr. Sipho Puchana will not be able to be with us this time. So in a word, welcome to the conference on behalf of the Desmond Tutu Trust, and insofar as I may say it, the University of Johannesburg. But for that, I will ask you to put your hands together for Professor Iron Rensburg. Thank you.